Well, how's it going, Kingsman? Welcome back to another NTW3 battle. Today, we are back on the battlefield of Leipzig. Today, another clan battle, 4v4. This one between the 7E and the Rheinbund clan. I actually got pinged in this one. I don't even remember when, because obviously been so busy, I haven't really been paying attention. But I got pinged in this one by one of the players. Saying it was a really good match, and then I went and looked at the results, and lo and behold, it was a very good match just based on the results. I was like, man, how come I have not gotten to this one sooner? Because, man, the kills are insane on both sides. It's a bloody affair, and already looks like we have some cavalry from the coalition. Maybe trying to chase down some of Suchet's corps. But anyway, before we start, let's go over the corps, because that cavalry is already hovering for the coalition. So on the French side, that's the 7E. They are bringing a 12-point Napoleon Bonaparte. Good old Boney on the field today. You have Le Cobb, 9-pointer, a Massena, 7-pointer, and a 6-point Dessay. Oh, wait, that's a Suchet. Maybe that's the same word. I don't know. Suchet. On the coalition side, they are bringing a Roos 6-pointer. Probably going to butcher a lot of these names, so apologies. I'm not even gonna try that. 10-pointer, Neuendorf 9-pointer, and Suvorov 9-pointer as well. Yeah, some good points. The coalition definitely have a good average of points between 3 corps versus the French that bring a 12, 9, and then 7, 6. So, and of course, the 12-point Bonaparte is the reinforcing army way in the back. And I do not think he's actually. Yeah, he's not even the largest corps in the field. That would be... Who is the largest corps in the field? Not sure. But anyway, you can see a massive display of cavalry from the coalition already. Lots of dragoons, hussars, very large units. This is a very large and open map, guys, so it's going to be a lot of artillery and cav play. We're fixing to see some bloody engagements. As there is heavy, over 50% casualties on both sides, well over 50% casualties. There's going to be a lot of men, of good, brave men, dead on this field in the next hour. It's insane if you think about it, being one of these poor guys, being like, man, I wonder if I'm going to be one of the statistics for historians hundreds of years in the future to be like, oh, wow, look at all the men who died. But yeah, you can see infantry, I mean, not a lot of squarables. They do have some. The coalition seem to have a cav advantage right now, but the cavalry advantage more is in quantity, not quality necessarily. Not saying they don't have good cavalry, but they definitely have a lot of it. Artillery starting to push up here. Massena, Le Cobb pushing forward here on the right-hand side. Already artillery starting to fire here. 8-pounders trying to seek out some lines or cavalry, who knows. Massena pushing, taking this far extreme right flank. Suvorov has some cavalry over here. They definitely are going to have to watch out for Suvorov. That infantry corps can be potent and very deadly very quickly. Has some excellent shooting, melee, and movement. It's kind of a hard-hitting, hard-hitting corps. So they're gonna definitely, I would expect the French maybe to run away or try to delay Suvorov while pushing on other flanks here. Maybe this left side. I mean, Suchet is still pushing here. He has not really stopped pushing. Maybe Suvorov will push there and he may have to fall back. I think Bonaparte for the French is going to be the striking arm here, that 12-pointer. And of course, like I said, he's more centered. You can see his army lining up. He doesn't even have that large of an army, but very large units. Yeah, Bonaparte has an army of 1,900 men. Just have some good guys. I mean, these poor guys, not all of them have shoes, So you could question, like, is this actually a good army? It's like, of course they are. They have a fighting spirit. This is fresh off of the revolution when France was still gung-ho. The national spirit was high. They were stepping off as a brand new republic. At least I'm pretty sure that's the time period for this French corps, or these French corps. Hence, more of it wasn't as much of an organized army yet as it was, the mob rallying to defend Paris and France itself. And then, of course, they began to slowly get whipped into shape. France getting some scouting off. I think they really do want to see where the mass of the coalition is going to be pushing from. Obviously, very important scouting in this field, especially with such a large map. Now, I do see some of Suvorov's corps here. So maybe all the generals staying here, but the main corps is pushing over here. Who knows? If that is the case, I expect to see Massena pull back immediately, and already it looks like he is falling back. Yep, there's Suvorov's corps. It has been spotted. It went far right, and I expect to see Massena call the retreat. Now, will we see a withdrawal on the right and a push on the center and left? I do think that is my suspicion, that they are going to pull back from Suvorov and push on the side that Suvorov is not on. I'm not saying these other coalition corps aren't potent and deadly, but usually, as a general rule, I don't see people go head-to-head with Suvorov unless they can help it. We'll see. Maybe the French have some knowledge that my inexperience does not know. That wouldn't be a surprise. But I do see, yeah, we excuse me. We do see a lot of the corps shifting here. Napoleon definitely probably is going to push against the coalition. You can see them setting up with cavalry, but I expect, yeah, we're going to see the French get aggressive. Le Cab pushing forward here. We'll see if this gamble that the coalition are doing of having Suvorov push for a right flank, we'll see if it pays off. Even if Massena gets destroyed, if Suvorov is kept busy and the rest of the French push and destroy the remainder of the coalition's two armies, it would pay off. Pay off huge. But we do see Napoleon shifting more. Excuse me. Hopefully I'm not coming down with something. Just, you know. But yeah, Napoleon is shifting to the center left. So potentially going to have an attack over here. Now, I do not know what kind of corps is here. If it's a lot of infantry, a lot of cavalry, maybe they're hiding. The majority of the army, maybe the army is even here. It would be smart if they just had cavalry and a couple of infantry units and waste a lot of the French time. Not a bad strategy, making them think there's something massive over here, while the bulk of the coalition are pushing on other fronts. The nice blue, vibrant blue color of the Austrian uniforms. I think France may be willing to take this fight. We'll see. I suspect they would want to use cavalry and infantry, but we still have Suvorov swinging far left. Another coalition player going in. Maybe they're going to try to take Massena all at once. You see Massena, he's probably going to try to use the LOC to delay while constantly pushing. Like I said, Suvorov, at least a portion of his corps, if not more, is rolling down this road, going on a far left flank. And you have Massena pulling back. Le Cab may have to watch out for the coalition swinging in conjunction with Suvorov to attack their right flank, the coalition's left. I'm starting to see a little fighting happening here. Looks like Suchet putting some horse. Oh, Bonaparte actually has horse artillery setting up. And line infantry getting an engagement here with one of the Austrian factions. Watch out for that cavalry going to support their lines. No squares formed. I think we may see a cav charge. Here we go. Man, that's so far away too. I'd be nervous if I was one of the 33rd here. I'd be like, man, I see cavalry peeking over this hill, and we are not prepared. We have not been trained in how to deal with repelling cavalry. Either way, a nice push so far. A lot of supporting lines, which is probably why the coalition are not committing. If they charged the unit, they'd get volleyed from 2 different units, plus cavalry would eat them up. Most likely, I should say. Here we go. Still more infantry pushing up. Suvorov not being insanely aggressive, just a little. I expect they will go for the LOC though, at some point with something. Oh, missing something over here. We have a melee cavalry getting into this. They do break. Infantry going for the LOC as well and hitting it pretty hard. And the cavalry did not break, infantry did though. Oh, this poor French unit stuck in the forest and swamp. Easy pickings for this dragoon unit. That's like that's a pretty easy pickings for that French. This actually is not going too well. I see a lot of French wavering. But here we go. Suvorov going in for the house. Massena has withdrawn. Seems like the flanks are the place where the fighting is happening. Here we go. They take that LOC, but they lose one, take one. All right, here we go. So looks like Bonaparte, maybe in conjunction with Le Cobb, is going to push here on this flank, try swinging around. A lot of cavalry. Is this heavy cav? Oh, cuirassiers. Watch out for these big boys. Massive heavy cav units. Maybe not the greatest compared to the French cuirassier, but still potent, still deadly. But here we go. See France inching forward here. Coalition forming up on the other side of this small stream while this center pulls back, kind of separating themselves. Actually, you can see here, totally separating themselves, leaving one corps of Austria by itself. Now there probably is mostly cavalry in this corps if I were to guess, but the lines are being redrawn a little bit. Massive lines still. Now we're starting to see a little more of the Austrian infantry. They're shifting. Well, that is good to know for this corps, because now they're going to probably pivot. Now they could get a nice flank action going here. They have to catch up to Bonaparte. Bonaparte is actually getting a little ahead of the rest of his allies' lines. That's okay for now. He's going to probably be the flanking action, and then once he actually engages with the hard line of the coalition, then Suchet becomes the flanking action. At the same time, guys, like I said before, Massena, at some point he has to fight Suvorov. The question is on what grounds. Will it be a forced conflict that he doesn't get a say in, or is he going to find some decent ground to try to fight Suvorov? Suvorov wants this. Suvorov wants this fight so badly. Now, if the French get in a nice position, get artillery support, maybe even some cavalry, maybe they can make a huge dent, defeat Suvorov. We still have yet to see that happen. The fight here by this stream, little creek, starting to get a little bit more intense now. Although Austria pulling back a little bit here. I am very curious how this Bonaparte push is going to go. We're still in the beginning stages. Like, things are still starting to wind up. Now, remember, this would be a nice line for the coalition to fall back to. But if they've fallen back to here, their center better have fallen back too. If their line goes like this, and the French may just ignore this and swing in and pivot in here, I'm even more sure that Suvorov is going to be trying to go for a melee here, and this is probably the Rheinbund plan. They have heavy cav rushing in or pushing in to help tie up the French line. And look at this, Suvorov, he's ignoring the far extreme left. There's artillery supporting it. They're going to go straight for this center. Now, this artillery setting up as well, 12-pounders. I think they're a little too close. I think Suvorov may get a little bit of hurt dealt by this artillery, but it won't be enough, and Suvorov may get to close in. We'll see what they do. With heavy cav showing up, if I was the French, I'd be a little stressed right now about Suvorov striking in on this line. We have artillery, maybe gonna get charged. Oh, is he relocating his artillery? I think he, maybe? Nope, he's gonna fire for, oh no, they're getting sniped. Here we go, Suvorov closing the distance. This is it. No cavalry support. Are they gonna get one shot off? Oh, canister, canister, canister. That's probably the last volley they're gonna fire. Let's make sure they're not missing anything anywhere else. But here we go. Suvorov gonna go for those 12-pounders. Not in a great position. They are gonna break. And France is gonna have to cut that loss. You don't want to die for a 3-gun battery, which is what the French are doing. They're pulling back, but I'm watching this heavy cav really starting to focus here. Let's see if France can get a nice volley off. Suvorov executing a very nice advance. Making sure I'm not missing anything else happening anywhere else. You have the French pivoting in, but here we go, the huge charge. This poor 32nd, or 36th, sorry, 36th, getting just focused down by a lot of cavalry here. France is actually, this is starting to look a little uneasy for the French line here. They need a little bit more cavalry support. This line's starting to be a regular line of fight. Now you do have, like I said before, Bonaparte still pushing, you're swinging. Suchet swinging even wider, may even go around or through this town while Bonaparte takes on the flank here. This line fight probably is going to go well for the French. That's my prediction. They are going to win this one. But they need to be a lot quicker because I think France is going to start losing here. Missed a heavy cav charge, but Cuirassiers going in. One square formed. But here we go. We have Landwehr pushing up, a militia mob pushing up. And this line probably will break. The rest of the French have gotten safely across the river. But Suvorov looking to maybe continue to make an aggressive push here. France has the bridge and the other side of the stream. But yep, here we go. Another cavalry charge from some hussars now. Oh, man. This is not looking good for the French right now, guys. This is looking bad. This is looking bad. Look at this gap here. There's a huge gap that I think Suvorov probably sees. I mean, the coalition are poised to smash through a huge gap in lines. It needs to be plugged. This hole needs to be plugged. I mean, already Massena is being driven away from Le Cab. His core is still intact for Massena. But look at this. We have a lot of coalition troops hovering on this flank. Le Cab needs to fix this flank as well. He has artillery placed to help. But still, this is bad. Yep. Oh. Here we got a cavalry charge here. Bonaparte probably senses the urgency needed. Like I was saying before, they need to make some aggressive pushes here. Start capitalizing on the fact that they outnumber in quality and quantity the coalition. Maybe not actually outnumber. Either way, they are getting very aggressive. A nice execution. The coalition's cavalry is nowhere near this coalition line. They have artillery on the flank, but still Bonaparte going very well in. At the same time, the coalition are just really pushing, trying to drive a wedge further around, away, like driving the corps away from each other. And now Suvorov takes a pivot. They swing to the right, ignoring Massena, swinging into that vulnerable flank here, and they're going to go straight in to the center of the French line. Not a good thing to see if you're France. Like, I'd be like, crap, that sucks. Like, there's cavalry running around. I don't have anything to really counter it very much. My infantry about to get absolutely mobbed. Massena's probably like, oh shoot, now I gotta actually press an attack on Suvorov. Not something I'd want to do. At the same time, though, I'm sure the coalition are freaking out here as this line by Bonaparte going very well. There's some cavalry charged in, trying to hold back Bonaparte's corps. But that whole flank broke, and Bonaparte's starting to break this part of the coalition line. It's going to start, the trickle-down effect will begin. They're going to keep swinging in. Lacob is holding his line just fine. He's going to have to pull the rest of his corps back to get away. Suvorov has some decisions to make. Where is Massena going? Is he just going to stay there? I feel like he has to do something. He can't just stay here. The coalition are ignoring him. He has to come and help. And look at this. Man, Lacob's just getting... The lack of squares is really hurting this French army right now. They need that cav support, which they do not have a lot of. This attack still going on. Bonaparte sending in dragoons again. Now the coalition do have some squares to form. Is that artillery? Oh, wow. Artillery did fire, but that is probably the last firing they're going to fire, because they're getting fired. Well, they're going to get killed, not fired, but it matched the right. Look at this. Mass rout. Coalition on the retreat. Withdrawing probably over here as well. Yep. Lacob sending in some hussars, breaking yet another coalition line, and they're going to just mix up this. They're going to lose that hussar, but they are in the thick of the line, giving them a chance to push infantry forward here. Surprisingly, actually, Lacob has managed to stay away for the most part. He's taking Suvorov a little too long to make connection with Lacob's right flank, and Lacob's actually getting a chance to move away. This cavalry not really in support. These heavies aren't really in a position to support, in the wrong spot, and by the time they get over here, I think this whole flank is going to be broken. As Lacob now joins the assault, and keep in mind there's still Massena, or sorry, not Massena, Suchet following up Bonaparte's attack, and things actually starting to turn around here. Here we go, Lacob charging in directly into the coalition's line. Cavalry gonna try to back up, staunch the bleeding that's happening in their center. 84th is just unfortunately gonna rout just because they're, oh, maybe not. Come on, get a bayonet charge. Cavalry going in. Look at this. Bonaparte just is not stopping. He refuses to stop. He cannot afford to stop here. Suvorov now into Lacob's right flank. And unfortunately, it's going to be downhill from here. Massena is still hanging out. Now, there's a Suvorov corps, half of one probably here. A lot of coalition cavalry has now shifted towards Bonaparte's attack. Probably to try to stop that. Yeah, the French infantry engaging some coalition squares. I see Lacob charging across the stream, straight into the coalition's line. Oh, yeah, that was a pretty brutal volley. The right flank for Lacob is breaking very, very quickly. Are these guys going to stop him? They give a nice volley, but they're about to get bayonet charged. Inspect. Maybe they can get volleyed too, who knows? Would not want to be these guys. They are about to get outnumbered and gunned down. Watch them start dropping. Oh my gosh. That was brutal. That was extremely brutal. Oh, the cavalry charge again. Now France has several squares they formed while the heavy cav is getting their hands in, throwing hands here. Wow, so much cavalry. Another square, though. France has the perfect amount of squares. Look at this. And then the backup line's just going to pour in volleys in between. Still, they are stopping Bonaparte's advance while the strong section of the coalition pushes in here against almost no resistance. I mean, honestly, even Suchet may actually have to be the one to staunch the right flank. They're pushing the left flank, kind of almost trying to ignore this right flank. Either way, an excellent... This is like a Waterloo, except for France got the Waterloo of, you know, cavalry attacking them and just having a bunch of squares and no infantry support for this coalition cavalry. Sending the cavalry without infantry support. We'll see if these squares support this chasseur cheval. I think they will. The coalition have a lot of men left, guys, and the French actually don't. Oh man, look at this. Good grief. The coalition have the quantity of cavalry. They are just outnumbering the French everywhere.
Yes, sir.
And this right flank is just bleeding. The French losing man after man. There's so much heavy cav just chilling. Now, Massena is pushing here. His entire corps is pushing against Suvorov. He needs to swing. I mean, this is a good chunk of infantry. Massena, he has 1,900 men. Like, you can't waste 1,900 men and not be in this fight.
Our general is under attack.
Now, the coalition, I hope they don't keep trying to push this flank. There's nothing over here. They need to push into Bonaparte. And Bonaparte's pushing into the cavalry. That's trying to reform and wait. Now, I'm expecting to see a heavy cav charge maybe soon. Let's see. Do they have squares? They have 2, 3... They have some. They have some squares. Suvorov pushing. I mean, Suvorov's been, like I said before, guys, at the beginning, I was expecting them to avoid wherever Suvorov is. If he's been marching around just trying to get in an engagement, and every just like tries to disappear whenever he shows up, that'd be very discouraging if I was playing Suvorov, being like, man, stop running away, stand and fight. Here we go, though. Massena's pushing on the flank. This is a very weak position here. All of the coalition forces for mostly on the left. Now Suvorov is shifting center, or at least trying to go for the Napoleon Bonaparte flank. But Massena is pushing here. And he's pushing on what's a portion of Suvorov. Definitely give him a run for his money, though. He doesn't have a lot of squares. Here we go, though. You can see Bonaparte, he is pulling back. You see Suvorov coming. He's like, yeah, nope. But this may be the chance the coalition have of using their heavy cavalry to tie up this force and then push. Suvorov can push in and just wreck this French line. We'll see how well this goes, because that looks exactly what's about to happen. Heavy cav everywhere. Square gets formed. Square. Oh my gosh. So many squares. This coalition is probably getting sick and tired of hitting French squares every time. Does this buy enough time for Suvorov to get into this fight? He's so close. Oh, one of the... Ooh, that was a good charge here. But one coalition heavy cav breaks. And Suvorov may finally get a face-to-face with Napoleon, actually. There we go, Suvorov getting into action. We'll see how France takes it.
Our men are running.
Oh, nice volley. Won't be enough, though. Yeah, the coalition are trying their best to defeat Bonaparte. I think Bonaparte's actually going to lose this fight. My prediction, I mean, he's already running away with some of his corps. Massena getting charged by that cavalry. Man, the French managed to get away. Again.
Our men are running, sir.
Suvorov's the half court that was left. Oh, gonna get attacked from 3 sides. A flank and a rear charge and a frontal charge. Goodbye. Light infantry. I think it's a light infantry unit. Took 3 units though to bring him down. This heavy cav has to be exhausted at this point. They're not going to be able to use it as effectively. And Bonaparte's barely staying ahead of Suvorov. This is probably going to be an LOC finish.
Our men are running, sir.
Now, starting to consider, guys, there's 30 minutes pretty much remaining on this replay. LOC-wise, I mean, the French have a 3-pointer, another 1-pointer. They just need to garrison this one. And then I believe they just got to garrison this one, take this one. They have the majority of the LOCs. Nice square form. Ooh, these guys getting thrown from their horse. As the horse is like, I'm not charging against a bayonet. Suvorov's slowly getting bled dry as he's trying to get into this attack. His first unit is probably going to lose a decent amount of men. You can see already they've had a couple guys just attrition, getting French stopping and shooting, slowly dropping 1 unit at a time. Massena is pushing though. And France is actually breaking Suvorov's defense in the town. Still, the coalition are poised to still get a victory here. What the French have done that I can say they did an excellent job of is make the coalition march all around the map, trying to get a fight. They are really forcing the coalition to march everywhere. Like this Suvorov Corps has been everywhere. They were up here, they marched all the way across to here, and they stopped here, they marched here, they swung in, and now they're marching. Like that's several miles that they have probably walked just to get into a fight. Here we go, cavalry. Some heavy cavalry against some hussars. Suvorov trying to close in against Bonaparte's corps still. Suchet now holding that right flank. He does have still some of his corps there, and actually he's starting to make a determined resistance here. Bonaparte still, he's having to fall back. Another LOC gets taken. Cavalry support against Suvorov, trying to stop him. And Massena now approaching on the rear of this coalition's push. They are having to divert a corps probably to defend against Massena. Suvorov may actually finally get in on some of Suchet's corps. Yeah, Suchet is entirely holding down this right flank. Cavalry going to support Suchet's retreat. If they can pick apart this coalition bit by bit, it will win. But slowly the windows are closing on how fast and how far this coalition can, or this Imperial Corps can retreat to. But look at that. You have the fighting in the background, the rear guard fighting. As this fight rages, do we have Suchet in danger? No, Lecabre's in danger and Suchet in danger. We have a potential gen snipe. Bonaparte starting to lose. Although he is pushing in the flank here. Look at this. Pushing in. They're going to try to collapse in on this rear guard. Look, I'm still holding. with Suchet.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh. Why are you freezing up? Oh. Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. There's probably someone fighting. Yep. That's what's freezing up. They're charging units in the LOC. The stripedy pants guys. Alright, alright. Yeah, go get him. Honestly, this French push, Massena coming in clutch at the very, very end. And you can see that the French are definitely securing several LOCs. They're bracing for the potential of it being an LOC race or LOC victory. And they want to capitalize on that. And actually, Massena's corps very, very strong still. And this cavalry probably trying to rest up their heavy cavalry. Look at this Bonaparte swinging in. Suvorov having to peel off more of his troops to deal with what started as a little diversion, but actually is becoming the main portion of the fight. Uh-oh. R.I.P. Who was this? To say, oh, Suchet, no. Suchet's general is dead. That's right. He can have one last determined resistance. 3 regiments of line infantry from Suvorov. Good luck. Good luck. The French to hold that. I gotta say, I was not expecting the French to have the comeback that they're having right now. They're absolutely doing an excellent job of saving what looked like a total disaster. Like they're doing it. They're absolutely doing it. Alright, both these units can form square. Let's see if this charge is a success. Come on, 44th. They defend it. Okay, what happened there? He was like dying and then he wasn't. You guys saw that, right? Like, oh, they're gonna do it anyway. Suvorov trying to
Our men are running, sir.
maybe get up and start tearing up some of these infantry lines that are in square formation now. Let's see if Bonaparte can hold. Another square gets formed. Man, coalition is struggling to actually get a good effective charge. Uh-oh. That's a good charge by the coalition. Found a weak point in the French line. Suvorov gets thrown back, though. More cavalry coming forward here. This is the final line. I think this is where if the coalition take heavy losses, they're probably going to pull back from this. try to go for some LOCs. They have the ability to pull back here. At least right now, they still have the ability to be able to pull back and disengage. As the smoke starts getting a little thick, look at the cav charges all along the line. Oh, Suvorov going for Bonaparte's core here and actually maybe gonna make a dent here. France needs some support here if they're gonna make it. Because I see his core wavering. Let's see if this morale from Bonaparte himself can... Nope. There he is. He's right in the front lines. Look at him. Just like in the movie that was so historically inaccurate. Now he's running away. Here we go. I think the coalition are feeling like they can win this. They are pressing this attack, breaking the center of Massena. Uh-oh, the left flank caving too. I'm seeing breaking all along the line. Here comes Suchet though. Oh man, Massena. He has just one little holdout left. Here comes Suvorov. Can they fire first?
Our men are running.
Starting to go downhill from Massena. I'm seeing the coalition starting to win. If we look at the grand scheme of things, the push finally did it. I think this battle's pretty much over. Now, the question is, all these LOCs getting secured, and you have one more unit going for this one. They have all these LOCs. Can they hold off? 16 minutes remaining. Yeah, this unit is marching over to take this one. And they'll have a clear line here. That's a lot of points. That's 4, 5, 6 points here. And then they have these two. And they're going to go for this one. So they'll have 6, 7, 8, 9 points there. They have so many points. The coalition has a little bit to go. I'm hit the fast forward button here. And let's see if we see them push for an LOC in the next couple minutes. Otherwise, I mean, I'm not going to sit here for 15 minutes. I'm not going to sit here for 15 minutes and watch them just march around and not, you know. I mean, so what I suspect is going to happen is the coalition will take these back. They'll take these back from the French. Maybe not, though. Maybe Massena will surprise everybody. I do not think they'll take this line. And that is still a lot of points. Obviously, the coalition have this one, so there's 5, 6 points there. They're gonna take this one, that'll be 7. And the coalition will have, oh, they don't even have, the 2 pointers held. So they'll have 6, 7, 8, 9. They still have way more points. The coalition has to take an insane amount of LOCs and hope to win that way. And I don't know if they can or if they will. I'm not feeling super confident for them. I think the French are gonna win this one by LOC. Honestly, yeah, I do not see this going well. But we have Suvorov. He's going to try to commit to this fight here. Ha, Bonaparte's in the house too. Bonaparte in the house. Where is he? Is he on the bottom floor? Wow. You know, first line of defense. In the, oh wait, I thought it was the doorway for a second. I was like, wow, he's in the doorway. He's gonna die pretty quick, unfortunately. while we're watching, you know, I'm watching the mini map to see everything else, guys. But let's just see how Bonaparte's life plays out here in this alternate universe. Like I said, I don't see him living through this. Ooh, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Our men are running.
Ah, where's Bonaparte? Oh, he's dead. The man who killed him. This guy right here, killing the general staff. He's just farming up those general staff kills. Where'd he go? Dang. Where did Bonaparte's body go? Did he fall on the outside? Wait, honestly, wait. He's been injured and he's back at the capital. I don't know where Bonaparte went. He obviously died. I saw him die, but then yeah, that was weird. And I'm gonna fast forward again. We have 9 minutes remaining now. And did I miss? I think there was a big assault. Yeah, there was a big assault, I think, of... Maybe there wasn't. Maybe it's just routing troops. Not a terrible place for the routing troops to go. You get the morale debuff. These guys don't know where to go. What are you guys doing? Oh, man. They don't know where to go. These guys are trapped. They're scared to go towards enemy infantry or enemy units at all. So even if, guys, even if they take these, that's 3, I guess, 4, they have 5. Yeah, 3, 4, they have 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Did I do math correctly there? Oh. Oh. All right, they took this one, but they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if they keep this one, 10, 11, 12, they easily have this. Easily have this. Of course, they probably are not going to keep this one.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Still, though, that's 4, 5, 6. 6 versus a lot more. And I don't actually know if the coalition are going to take these. This 3-pointer actually be quite important. If they take this one, then it obsoletes the French LOC right here, which is why I think they're actually pushing out to help defend this LOC. That doesn't matter if they hold this one. They have to hold this one so they don't get that point cut off. And so far, they are the coalition are breaking against them like water. With 2 minutes remaining, it's coming down to the wire here. And I do not think the coalition will take this. Quite honestly. Oh, 1 unit does break, though. Yeah, if they take this, guys, if the coalition take this, they will have the LOC advantage. This 3-pointer is actually pivotal to the French winning. And so far, the French have been holding strong. And now there's 1:30 left. I don't think they can take it in time. Honestly, I don't think they can take it in time. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have enough. Versus 6. The fast forward button here, I think, yeah, even if it's undecided. $86 takes a lot longer than that to actually make to get a fight like this going, but maybe I see a lot of, like I said, I see so much wavering here on the coalition. They're not going to break it. All right, this is going to be a French victory. Barely. Oh, they did it. They were about to take it. And they did not. Wow. Talk about going down to the wire. Anyway, all right, let's look at the results here. So you can see on the French side, the 70, they were the victors by LOC victory. You have Captain, he was playing Napoleon Bonaparte with 1553 for the kills. Harry, as Desay 6-pointer with 943. You have Limini. Shoot. I think he was Lecob, 9-pointer with 1023. Herberto with 1354. He was playing the Messena 7-pointer. On the other side, Razor got 1600 kills. He was the 10-point Staré, I think. The Joke Dog with 1128 for the kills. He was, I think he was Neuendorf, 9-pointer. You have Xerxes, that's 9-point Suvorov with 1493 for the kills, and Eternal as the 6-point Rus Plan. I'm sorry guys, like, no, I can't pronounce stuff. I can't. My brain's too dumb for that. With 1793, 97 for the kills. So some really good kills on both sides. I mean, the French lost the field. They kept the LOCs, but they lost the battlefield. Still insanely close. Well played on both sides. Really enjoyed it. Hope you guys did as well. And that'll be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.